Today, we have a look at data functions and how they can help us to ensure issued credentials always contain up-to-date and most current information. So, what exactly are data functions? Data functions are a unique feature provided by the walt.id issue API, intended to maintain the authenticity and relevance of the verifiable credentials that are issued. And they are triggered not at the time of invoking the issue API to construct the OIDC for VC offer URL, but instead they are executed deferred in the moment when the VC is claimed by the recipient, which gives us a few unique advantages. So data functions can simply assign attribute values, such as subject did, at the time when the credential is claimed. And this allows for flexibility and accuracy when values cannot be determined at the time of offer creation. A next advantage is time-relevant execution. So this delayed execution captures any change that might have occurred post-credential offer creation, but pre-claiming, assuring that the issued credential is in the most current and accurate state when claimed. Because, for example, the issuer might create the credential offer URL today, but the holder just claims it 2 weeks in the future. So there might be some changes in the data, and thanks to data functions, we can now capture that. Let's now have a look at a few data functions we provide. We have UUID to create a unique identifier, the subject did, which gets the recipient's did. Then we have the issuer did to get the did of the issuer, a timestamp to get the current timestamp when the credential is claimed. Also here ensuring that it's really only valid from the time that it is claimed on. Then a webhook where we are super flexible because we can just provide any information at the time of claiming. So we could just insert the subject data at the moment the credential is claimed through a webhook. Let's now have a look at how this whole thing looks in action. And already here I have my issuer up and running. I also will provide a link in the description so you can check that out and start your issue API on your server. So what we will do, we use this OpenID for VC short issue endpoint, where we in the body provide the key, which is used for signing the credential, the issuer did. Then the VC we want to issue, so the data structure, which in this case is a university degree, and a mapping object, which basically is a mapping of keys which relate to this credential data here with a data function that should be executed and which's return value should then be assigned to the key in the credential. The same thing we do for the issue ID, which is right here, credential subject, so here, and the degree. And that's an interesting part because here we use a webhook JSON. So we have two different types. One is webhook, where just the whole response as a text will be inserted. And webhook JSON expects JSON and then inserts that for, in this case, the degree. And if we quickly pull up this URL, we see that we get back JSON, which then will be inserted right here. And then we have our issuance date and an expiration date where we say, okay, take the current timestamp and set it to expire in 365 days. All right, now let's execute this function. And what we get back is our typical OpenID for VC credential offer. And I will, in this case, go to our wallet. And here in our wallet, I will now paste this. And here we have our university degree, my did, and accept. So, and when we open this now, we see here that, first of all, our ID was replaced. So if we go back to our issuer, so here was our ID, our example government, which is now replaced with a unique identifier, issuer, credential subject, and here we see now this JSON. And with that, we reach the end. So now it's your turn Start using our data functions with the walt.id issue API and start issuing verifiable credentials to your users. Click the link in the description to get started. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. With that, happy building and see you next time.